Hey everyone, the last Shoegazer here with a review of the 1981 slasher, The Burning. I was a bit late to camp, but boy was I glad that I showed up because this movie cut deep. As many of you know, I'm a huge fan of many different slasher films, with Friday the 13th being my all-time favorite franchise and Part 2 being my favorite installment. Well, I have to be honest and say that this film is on a whole different level, guys. It does play a lot like Friday the 13th, with the overall setting being a very similar summer camp with a lake, and there are multiple kills across the entire surrounding area by an unknown individual, much like the original Friday the 13th, until it becomes clear at the end who it is. Now, in this one, it's pretty much clear from the beginning who it is, but it's sort of filmed in a way that we don't really see the killer's face. It's just a little more mysterious, much like the original Friday the 13th. Very similar point of view shots. But guys, there's nothing cheesy here, and the performances are just top notch. I was especially impressed by young Jason Alexander's performance all around. He was very witty, charming, and just added a lot to the overall movie for me. Along with unfolding much like a Friday the 13th film, it also feels a lot like Maniac to me. It's just very serious, dark at times, and just extremely unforgiving. Like with the intense raft massacre and all the shock and the grief that followed. It just felt so heavy and just upsetting all around. The slow approach to the canoe in that sequence, it feels a lot like the infamous closing lake scene in Friday the 13th, the original. But what happens is just completely shocking and brutal, and not dreamlike, as in the original Friday the 13th. This is very much happening. They know that, you know that as a viewer, but it's just completely unbelievable and surprising. Also, I feel that the overall look of this and the production is very similar to the original My Bloody Valentine. It has such a polished, smooth vibe to it, and the camera work is just simply masterful and very unique. Seeing things from, like I said, the point of view of the killer, the chase sequences in the woods, and all the different shots from various vantage points makes the whole experience just very eerily and engaging. Everything flows in this movie. It has it all. Everything you would want in a slasher and more. I'll be honest, my expectations were pretty high for this, as it came very highly recommended by a lot of my fellow YouTube friends. But I got much more than I hoped for. When I was done watching this, I was left feeling speechless and very deeply impacted. So, guys, this is a firm 10 out of 10 for me, and I don't say that for a lot of movies. And it is now my favorite standalone slasher, apart from, Friday the 13th Part 2 being my favorite slasher within a franchise. This is my favorite standalone. So I'm very grateful for the recommendations to all of you, who I connect with on a regular basis. And, this is just completely on the next level, in my opinion. I really wish I would have found this sooner, but I'm very grateful that I found this now out of print MGM copy at a good price on eBay. Some of you probably saw this in my Freaky Finds pickup video this past week. And I couldn't not do a review of this because I was that impressed by it. I believe I'm going to have to find a good deal on the Scream Factory release of this, the unrated cut. This is the R-rated version. But yeah, I think this is going to be right up there with my favorites at this point. So like I said, 10 out of 10 all around. The atmosphere, the setting, the story, the killer, Cropsey, is just very original. It plays a lot like Friday the 13th, but just a little bit more of a smooth, seamless, more serious feel to it. Yeah, I'm very very grateful that I now have this in my collection. So, please share your thoughts and reactions to this review and just the movie in general in the comments. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.